Hey everybody, so today I'm going to go over TEK 5.3H, where we will be adding and subtracting fractions with unequal denominators. So just by reading the TEK, I already gave you a huge hint that the denominators are obviously not equal, okay? They're not the same, so that means that in order to add or subtract, we need to have a common or equal denominator. And so if we look at the first one, I have half plus 2 over 7 equals, we don't know yet, right? Okay, so first things first, when you're on the star and if you come across a problem where you're going to have to add or subtract fractions, you want to make sure that you have the same denominator. So I have my 2 here, 7 here, okay? And what I can do to get the common denominator is, one, I can go ahead and list out the multiples. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, for those of you who need that to list it out, the next one will be 7, 14. Circle the ones that are the smallest number but common. That would be 14. But one trick, instead of having to list out all of the multiples, especially to save time on the star, would be to multiply this denominator by this one, then this one by this one. Okay, so what I mean, I'm going to write it down here. So I have half plus 2 over 7. Okay, all you have to do is multiply this denominator by this, so 2 times 7, and then this 7 by that 2. Okay, and you'll end up with the same thing. Equals, you get 14 on the bottom. Okay, what you do to the bottom here, you have to do to the top. So I have a 7 here, I have to multiply 7 on top. I multiplied by 2 on the bottom here, so I have to do the same to the top over here. So I'm going to have 7 times 1, which is 7, then 2 times 2, 4. Now I can go ahead and add. So 7 plus 4, okay, be sure to drop down the denominator, gives me 11 over 14. Okay, and you cannot simplify any further, so this would be your answer. Now what if I wanted to go ahead and subtract half minus 1 over 4? Same deal, okay, so let me go ahead and write it down here. Half minus 1 over 4. Real quick way, instead of having to list out all of the multiples, right, I can go ahead and just multiply this 2 by that 4. Remember this 4 by that 2. Okay, so now what I do to the bottom, I have to do the top. What I do here, I have to do here. Okay, so now I have 1 over 4, 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 4 is 8, minus 2 times 1 is 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. So then I end up getting 4 minus 2, 2 over 8. Okay, notice that when we're adding and subtracting our denominators, we don't add them. I keep it. And then when I subtract, I don't subtract it. Don't do 8 minus 8 is 0, okay? You just keep the denominator. When we have common denominator, all we have to do is worry about the top. So if I'm adding, I'm just going to add the top, leave the bottom the same. If I'm subtracting, I leave the bottom the same, I just subtract the top, okay? So I have 2 over 8. I can leave this alone, but you guys are 5th grade, and you did go over simplifying fractions, which means I can make it smaller. So I need to find a number that I could divide the top and the bottom by, and it can go in evenly, right? I don't want a remainder or anything like that. So just by looking at it, I can divide each one by 2. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 is 1, 8 divided by 2 is 4. There you go. 1/4 is your answer.